Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're diving deep into a case that's really stayed with me, and I know with a lot of you too, the Delphi Murders.
Yeah, it's one of those cases that just gets under your skin, you know? So many twists and turns.
Exactly. It all starts on February 13, 2017. Picture a beautiful day in Delphi, Indiana. Two teenage girls, Abigail Williams, she was 13, and Liberty German, 14, they decide to go for a hike.
Pretty normal thing, right? Nice day out in nature.
Absolutely, the Moon and High Bridge Trail. Sounds idyllic, but they vanish. Gone. And this is where it gets even more chilling. Liberty, she actually had the presence of mind to capture video and audio of their suspected killer on her phone.
Wow.
I know. He's become known as Bridge Guy. And that footage, that audio, it's a key piece of the puzzle. But this case went on for years, gripped the nation. Finally, in 2022, there was an arrest. Richard Allen. We're going to go through 10 key facts of this case, try to understand what happened, and see if we can make sense of it all.
Yeah, let's break it down. So we've got the girls. They disappear on the 13th while they're hiking. And tragically, the very next day, their bodies are found close to the bridge near Deer Creek.
It's just heartbreaking. And you mentioned that audio Liberty captured. It's unsettling, to say the least. In the recording, you can hear a man's voice just saying, "Down the hill."
Right, just those three words. But it speaks volumes, doesn't it?
It really does. What do you make of that as an expert? What could that tell us about the perpetrator?
It's tough to say definitively, of course, but to me, it suggests he's trying to be in control. It's not a request down the hill, it's an order. And the fact that he's even speaking, on camera, however briefly, maybe he's confident, maybe even arrogant, like he doesn't think he'll get caught.
That's a chilling thought. Then, on top of this audio, we have those suspect sketches, right? The first one that was released showed an older man, but then later they released another sketch of a much younger guy. What was that all about?
Yeah, that threw a lot of people off. I remember following the case when that happened and everyone was confused. Later on, law enforcement said they believed that the younger sketch was more accurate based on new information they'd gotten. It just goes to show how difficult this investigation must have been.
Absolutely. You have to wonder what prompted that change. Did they get something wrong initially? Was there new evidence or a witness who came forward?
Right, so many questions. And then you have Bridge Guy himself, the figure that Liberty caught on video. He almost becomes this ghost, this haunting figure throughout the whole investigation.
I can see that. And adding to the mystery, authorities deliberately chose not to reveal the cause of death.
Smart move. Strategically.
Yeah, I imagine they did that to protect the integrity of the investigation, but it just fuels speculation.
Definitely. Then in 2021, we get this huge twist. A connection to Keegan Kline emerges.
Keegan Kline now, remind us who that is.
So Kline was already facing charges unrelated to the Delphi case, child exploitation offenses. But get this. It comes out that he was allegedly communicating with Liberty before the murders using a fake social media profile, Anthony Shots.
Wow, that changes things. Was he manipulating Liberty? Was he trying to exploit her?
Exactly. It adds a whole other layer to this whole thing. And then, in 2022, bam, Richard Allen is arrested. A local Delphi resident lived just a few miles from the crime scene, worked at the CVS, seemed totally ordinary.
It's almost more disturbing when it's someone who seems so normal. It makes you question, can you ever really know the people around you?
I know, right? Makes you think. And the evidence against Allen seems pretty strong. They found a bullet near the girls that was linked to his gun, and there were even reports that he admitted to being on that trail that day.
That's a pretty big deal, admitting to being there. But here's the thing. Despite all of this, his defense team is still claiming that other people could be involved.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think about that with everything we know?
Well, it's certainly a complex case, that's for sure. And while that bullet evidence is very strong, the defense could try to argue that, maybe someone else fired the gun. Or even if Allen was there, maybe he wasn't the one who actually killed the girls. We'll just have to see how it all plays out in court.
So we've covered a lot. The chilling down the hill audio, the confusion around those suspect sketches, the Keegan Kline connection, and then the arrest of Richard Allen. It's a case that just keeps giving.
It really is. And even with all this evidence, years of investigation, there are still so many unanswered questions. It makes you think just how complex these investigations can be.
I'm curious, if you were working on this case, where would you focus your efforts, knowing what we know now?
I think, for me, I'd be digging deep into any possible connections between Allen and Keegan Kline. Was there any communication between them? Did they have any shared social circles?
It makes you wonder, could they have been working together?
It's possible. Uncovering any links between them could be a game changer.
That's a fascinating thought. And it leaves us with a lot to ponder. Any final thoughts on this case as it stands today?
It's a tragedy, no doubt, and it's a reminder that we need to be careful, be aware of our surroundings, even when we're in places that seem safe.
Well said. This deep dive has been a real journey. We'll keep following this story, but for now, it's a reminder that darkness can lurk even in the most unexpected places.